Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get richer every year, while others work just as hard but never seem to get ahead? Think about it. Two people earn the same salary, they live in the same city, they work similar jobs. Yet 10 years later, one has investments, savings, and financial freedom, while the other is still living paycheck to paycheck. What happened? Was one person smarter, luckier? Did they have some secret advantage? Not necessarily. More often than not, the difference comes down to a few simple money-making rules. Rules that most people know about, but very few people actually follow. And the surprising part is that these rules aren't complicated. In fact, they're almost boring, but boring is often what makes people wealthy. Let's talk about the money-making rules that can completely change your financial future if you start following them today. The first rule is simple: make money work harder than you do. Most people believe money only comes from working. You trade your time for a paycheck. No work, no money. That's how most people think, but wealthy people think differently. Imagine planting a tree. At first, you do all the work. You dig the hole, you water it, you take care of it, but eventually the tree starts growing on its own. Money works the same way. When you invest money, you're planting financial trees. Over time, those investments can start producing more money without requiring more hours from you. The problem is that most people spend every dollar they earn, and if every dollar leaves your pocket, none of it can go to work for you. Which brings us to the second rule: pay yourself first. Most people pay everyone else first. Rent, bills, subscriptions, shopping, restaurants. And then, if there's anything left, they save. Usually there's nothing left. But successful wealth builders reverse the order. The moment money arrives, they save or invest a portion first, even if it's just a small amount, because saving isn't about the amount. It's about creating a habit. A person who can't save 5% of their income probably won't save 20% later. Money habits scale. If your habits are strong when you have little money, they'll be strong when you have more. The third rule might be the most important one: increase your income before obsessing over cutting expenses. Now, don't get me wrong, saving money matters, but there's a limit to how much you can cut. You can only cancel so many subscriptions. You can only skip so many coffees. But your income, that can grow dramatically. Many people spend years trying to save a few dollars while ignoring opportunities to earn thousands more. Learning valuable skills, negotiating a raise, starting a side hustle, building a business. Investing in yourself often produces the highest returns you'll ever get. Think of yourself as an asset. The more valuable you become, the more money you can earn. And that leads to another important rule: avoid lifestyle inflation. This is one of the biggest wealth killers. Imagine getting a raise. You feel excited, you finally have more money, but then something strange happens. You upgrade your phone, upgrade your car, move into a more expensive apartment, start spending more everywhere. A few months later, you're earning more, but somehow feel just as broke. That's lifestyle inflation. Your income rises, your expenses rise, and your financial situation stays exactly the same. Many people spend their entire lives trapped in this cycle. The wealthy often do the opposite. When their income increases, they increase investing before increasing spending. That's how wealth starts accumulating. Now, here's a rule that sounds simple but changes everything. Never buy something just because you can afford the monthly payment. This rule catches millions of people. A salesperson doesn't ask if you can afford the total price. They ask if you can afford the monthly payment, and that's a huge difference. $100 here, $50 there, another monthly payment over there. Individually, they don't seem dangerous. Together, they quietly consume your future income. Every monthly payment is like a tiny employee taking money from you every month. The more of them you have, the harder it becomes to build wealth. Another powerful rule is to think long term. Human psychology isn't naturally built for investing. We're wired to seek immediate rewards. We want results now. That's why spending feels easier than saving. The reward is instant. Investing is different. The reward often comes years later, and that's exactly why it works. Because most people don't have the patience. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, growth is slow, almost invisible, but eventually it becomes massive. Wealth works the same way. The biggest gains often happen after years of consistency, not weeks, not months, years. The challenge isn't understanding this. The challenge is staying patient long enough to experience it. Now let's talk about a psychological rule that almost nobody discusses. Your environment shapes your money habits. Think about the people around you. Do they constantly spend money, complain about finances, avoid learning about investing, or do they talk about opportunities, growth, and long-term goals? Humans naturally copy the behaviors around them without realizing it. That's why your financial environment matters so much. If everyone around you treats money carelessly, it's easy to do the same. But if you're surrounded by people who value learning, investing, investing, and building wealth, those habits start feeling normal. The next rule is simple. Focus on ownership. Most people spend their lives buying things. Wealthy people spend their lives buying assets. Assets are things that can generate income or grow in value. Investments, businesses, real estate. Ownership creates leverage. Instead of constantly trading time for money, ownership allows money to grow beyond your personal effort. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts in wealth building. Stop asking, what can I buy? Start asking, what can I own? And finally, there's one rule that connects all the others. Consistency beats intensity. Many people get excited about money. For a week, maybe a month, they create budgets, watch finance videos, make big plans, then they quit. Wealth isn't built through occasional bursts of motivation. It's built through repeated actions, small investments, small savings, smart decisions, repeated over and over again. The person who invests consistently for years will often outperform the person who waits for the perfect opportunity, because wealth rewards consistency more than brilliance. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this: making money is important, but keeping money is more important, and growing money is where real wealth begins. The people who build wealth aren't usually the luckiest. They're usually the people who follow simple money-making rules for a very long time. They make money work for them. They pay themselves first. They avoid lifestyle inflation. They think long term. They focus on ownership, and they stay consistent. Because in the end, wealth isn't built by one giant decision. It's built by hundreds of small decisions that most people ignore. And the best part, you don't need to be rich to start following these rules. You just need to start. The sooner you do, the sooner your money starts working toward the future you actually want.